And that's when our eyes met, surrounded by the enraged gorillas.
Nath, we've started recording.
Oh, I know.
The time is right, we're feeling tight. Let's have a drink or two.
Down, down.
The cans are cracked, the boys are back. We're gonna talk shit at you.
Down, 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 down.
Small town drugs. Small town drugs.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Small Town Drugs.
Hi.
I'm Mike.
I'm Nath.
Oh, Jesus.
Every time.
Yeah, no, this one's fine. It's gone. I'm good.
How are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You good?
Better.
Yeah.
We're the Small Town Drunks.
Mm-hmm.
It's our podcast where a couple of drunk idiots talk about movies, video games, TV shows, nerdy stuff.
Yep.
We get shit-faced.
We sure do. If you haven't heard us before, you can hear it now.
Yeah, it's gonna get bad.
Yeah.
What are we drinking?
Well, standard,
God, man.
famous grouse.
Mm-hmm.
By now, peeps would have seen the picture on Twitter
Because it will actually be up.
of
finally.
our podcast juice.
Yeah.
Is what I want to call it.
Yeah.
Podcast juice.
It keeps us going.
Yeah.
It's our medicine.
Yeah. Well, it stops me from being sick. So.
It stops me from being sad.
It makes you be sick every time. What are you drinking in between those shots?
So I am drinking Brewdog Dead Pony Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ale, light ale. It's,
Ooh, a light ale.
is that what I'm drinking? Hang on, let me double check.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. That is what I'm drinking.
It's got one of them cool like ring binders, which isn't actually a ring binder, doesn't it?
on the top of the cans. Yeah. It's a session pale ale.
A session for having a sesh.
Yeah, because we're having a sesh.
Having a sesh.
Lads.
Every podcast is a sesh
sesh
with us.
Yeah.
Consider yourself seshing.
The aim is to not have a sesh in
Yeah.
the podcast, but it never happens.
No.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking Bulmer's original apple cider. Yeah.
A Cedra today.
Yeah.
How's it going down?
Quite nice. Do you know what? I'm going to jump in with a little story straight off the bat.
Oh.
And I'm going to have a little sip while...
Yeah.
Hear that?
It's great listening.
Yeah. So I got my start in cider, my alcoholic start.
Yeah.
When I was like, before we started drinking as kids and stuff like that, when I was about like 12, whenever I used to visit my dad, he had quite a lot of functions and he'd go to quite a lot of functions like house parties and stuff. Not proper, bangers, but like, civilized
adult
adult
house parties.
shit. Yeah, because his kids were there. And he was super cool because he would always buy me. Do you know those little French micro brew beers?
Yeah,
you get? The little cheap lagers.
Yeah.
He'd buy me
the little bottles, the little bottles, little 10-pack of tiny bottles.
That's it.
Yeah.
He'd buy me Strongbow
versions of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I'd drink them basically, and so I got quite into cider. Then obviously, growing up, we used to drink it in the park and shit.
See, I never did the cider thing at the park. No, I drank Stella because it's what the guy who bought me alcohol used to drink.
I used to drink cider with some people, these massive, great 2-3 litre bottles.
You told a story before of the police taking them off you, I think.
Oh, have I?
I don't know if it's been released. It's on like a backup episode.
We'll have to do that.
But it will come out, yeah.
But yeah.
Cool. I don't really have a story.
No?
No, but also
That's
this isn't
you're
story time.
uninteresting.
What are you doing, man? We spent years planning out this schedule and you just fucked it around.
Yeah, well,
you just shit all over my hard work there.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah?
Yes, so
Fuck
I'm
you.
best at.
Fuck you, Nathan.
All right. You calm down now.
What you been watching, man?
What have I been watching? Why do I have to question every question?
Shall I just tell you what I've been watching?
Yeah.
So I watched Blackfish, the documentary about the killer whales killing their trainers at SeaWorld.
No.
You never heard of this?
Never heard of that.
It's quite a big thing.
Right. Sounds badass.
It's a few years old now.
Yeah.
But essentially what it is soon after, the documentary was made because a trainer at SeaWorld got killed by the killer whale she worked with.
Ironic.
And I don't know, yeah. I don't know if you've seen any of the videos of it, but it's I
haven't seen any videos of this shit.
Not of
it's
that,
online?
of SeaWorld, the killer whale show. It's like a famous...
Oh, yeah.
And they sit on the killer whales and then killer whales throw them up in the air and all this kind of But basically, it then tracks back this history of killer whales that are in captivity killing their trainers.
Wow.
It's not a one-off. It happens regularly.
Yeah.
Basically just reminds you how evil a corporation like SeaWorld is and how, there was many like cases of this one whale attacking people or killing people, and it's like
but they didn't do anything.
Yeah, because it made them so much money, and they were still sending people in the water with the killer whale, even though it was killing people and stuff. So
I mean, people kept going in the water with the killer whale as
well. But there's a thing that they weren't kind of made aware that because some of it was happening.
There was a killer whale in the water. Can you go clean out tank 3? And they're like, yeah, sure. You know?
Because a lot of these cases,
there an audience?
A lot of these cases were happening in other countries and stuff like that.
Right.
And like the corporation of SeaWorld was aware of it, but they weren't making their employees aware of it.
Okay.
It's a well-made documentary. It's really interesting.
Man.
It is quite dark. It's quite sad. I also watched Goon, The Last of the Enforcers.
Oh, that's the
Sean William Scott.
Yeah,
as an ice hockey enforcer.
Player, yeah.
So it's the second one. It's a sequel.
Oh,
yeah, it's 2.
It spawned a sequel.
Yeah, I really like the first one.
Yeah, you would.
I really like. Fuck off. I really like the second one as well. Both of them don't score massively highly critically. They sit around sort of like 6.5 on IMDb or sort of like 60% on Metacritic.
Almost a 7.
But I think if you saw the first one, you'd enjoy the second one.
Yeah.
I'm not going to really talk about it too much, but Jay Baruchel.
Oh yeah, guy from This Is the End.
Yeah. He directs it.
Okay.
Yeah, he directed both of them.
Yeah.
Him and Sean William Scott, quite good friends.
Yeah.
But basically, Sean William Scott plays this kind of slow, possibly mentally challenged guy who's really hard.
Right.
Ends up playing ice hockey.
Yeah.
And because he can beat people up.
Sure.
But he's really funny.
Okay.
Almost in, say, like an autistic way. He takes everything very literally. And
I can see the character now. Yeah.
Like his responses to him are very like, you asked me this, I answer with this. But to an outside audience, it's very funny. And the fight scenes are really funny in it. They're kind of overly graphical. Like he punches one dude and just like blood explodes everywhere. Like it's just kind of fun romp. Basically.
Yeah, is it a romp?
It's a old romp.
Fun old romp.
What have you been watching?
What have I been watching? I haven't been watching much else since we last met to record. I'm still watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine on Netflix. I have though. Are you ready to have your mind?
My mind blown?
Your mind blown.
Is that so we can get to the gold in it?
Yeah, to the coal.
Oh, okay.
Trump's bringing back coal in a big way.
Oh, yeah.
Get on board.
Okay. After he's built the wall, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
I think he's going to use the coal. I'm not really sure.
Anyway.
Your mind.
Yeah, blow my mind.
So I've been watching Cosmos on Netflix, the one with Neil...
Neil Tyson deGrasse.
Yeah.
deGrasse Tyson?
deGrasse Tyson.
Sorry, my bad.
Please, if you're going to say his name, get it right.
Just shut the fuck up.
All right.
I feel very angry towards you today.
Yeah,
you've just been I'm sorry, man.
There was a lot of slapping going on before we even started recording as well.
It's actually breeding profusely from his eyebrow right now.
I'm breeding profusely.
Anyway, you've been watching a lot of Cosmos.
Very fertile.
You've been blowing your
I've been blowing what now?
You've been blowing your mind listening to stuff about the universe.
Oh man, it's like crazy, isn't it? I had, this is how good this show is. I had a full-on panic attack. Right?
What? Because of something he said in it.
Oh man. So have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen bits of it. I haven't watched it religiously.
So you got to take it with a pinch of imagination. There's a lot of FX used to say this is what, this star could look like, or this molecule could look like, or this universe could look like.
Yeah.
And there is a bit, I think in episode 2 or 3, I think it's 2, where he is zooming out being like, this is a street in New York, this is New York, this is the Earth, this is the solar system, this is the local cluster, and he just gets further and fucking further away. And it's at that point I started having an existential crisis because of how small we actually are. And he comes out and he's like, there could be millions of, infinite universes. And they just look like these tiny little atoms, and I'm just fucking freaking out, man.
Freaking the fuck out.
I'm freaking the fuck out because, guess what? None of this shit matters. Obviously, still listen to this podcast, but none of it matters, So I'm about 3 episodes deep on that, having my mind blown and shit.
Okay,
which is so cool.
It is a great show, man. I would definitely. If you've got any interest,
man, the visuals alone.
And he's a great. I find him very engaging.
Yeah, he is. He has these dreamy eyes, and I would just listen to science all day.
Have you been playing anything?
Well, I don't know if I can say this really, because we actually played some games together.
That's mine. I was going to say.
Were you going to say Jackbox?
Jackbox is what I've got written down too.
Well, all right. I would talk about the fact that after we played that, we played the World War Z board game.
Well, we did, yeah. I didn't even think we could put board games in here.
Well, why not, man?
Yeah, because we also played Pandemic.
Yeah, we played that a couple of weeks ago.
But we didn't talk about it.
No, we didn't.
Yeah. Anyway, the World War Z board game.
Well, it's very, very similar to Pandemic.
Yeah, it's similar to Pandemic. If you play board games, if you've heard of Pandemic, you should check out World War Z.
Yeah. It's a 4-player co-op.
Yeah.
But it has the added twist of because there's combat involved with dice rolls.
Yeah,
could be losing some audience right here. Just like, what are these nerd bitches?
No, we're confirming that we are the nerds we claim to be.
Yeah, true. But yeah, there's some combat with dice rolls in the World War Z board game.
Yeah.
I have to do a little burp.
Okay. But I had a lot of fun playing it. We played it together with some friends.
Yeah, and if you die, you turn into you control the zombies on the board.
The first person to die essentially becomes a zombie. I don't know. Does everyone who dies?
I think everyone gets a turn at controlling the zombies until you're outnumbered.
That's
kind of thing.
nice because it gives you're still engaged if you're not. If you die as such, you're still playing. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a cool board game. One I probably never would have thought to play because I haven't actually seen the film World War Z.
It's not great.
No, well, that's what I heard. But again, it was a present from my dad, so I played it, and it's quite fun. I think we'll play it again. Anyway, talk about Jackbox.
So we played the Jackbox games on the PS4, which for anyone who's not heard of them, they're essentially, it's a game pack you download, but then you use your smart device as a controller. Yeah. So essentially you use your phone as your controller.
And all you have to do is go onto a website. Yeah.
And so when you start a game, it gives you a code and you go onto the website and you put that code in and then you join that game. Yeah. And they're trivia games or sort of essentially Pictionary.
It's a lot of voting games, isn't it? Voting against each other.
You vote for the best.
Being a dick to each other.
Yeah, and also my personal favourite is Quiplash, which is a kind of fill in the blanks, give this picture a title game.
Right.
And the one where it gives, and two of you come up and you kind of try and say something funny,
Right, okay. I don't remember that one that well.
We wrote Zac Efron.
We were on our Zac Efron.
Yeah,
binge.
we were. This is what I found funny about it, is we kind of go on binges. So just before we started playing, we were having a conversation about Zac Efron
and how dreamy he is,
and how we both love him.
Yeah,
and then so both of us for most of that game used Zac Efron as answers or related our answers to Zac Efron in some way. But it's a very social game.
It's very social,
8
very
people
fun.
Can play it.
Yeah.
You only need
you just need your phone. You don't need to buy a £40 controller.
Yeah, and it's just they
cost you £8 a piece as well.
Definitely Jackbox.
Jackbox, man.
Jackbox.tv
Jack
is the
in
website.
The box.
I would definitely recommend them. Is it about time?
Yeah. It was about 2 minutes ago. I fucked up here.
Come on. All right, here we go. Oh yeah.
That one is good.
Choo choo. I'm well away now. Okay. Nath, have you seen Infinitely Polar Bear?
No. I haven't with a name like that.
Okay.
But polar bears terrify me.
Yeah. So it's not actually about polar bears. So this is a pure example of when you say that I always talk about these indie feel-good.
Oh, here we go, everyone.
This is a pure example.
Skip 5 minutes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? What, because there's no guns in it? Oh, sorry, Nathan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Infinite Polar Bear. Came out in 2014. Mark Ruffalo and Zoe Saldana are in it.
I know him.
Yeah, he's the Hulk.
Oh, I know her.
Yeah, she's
Gamora, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So they're both in it. I'll just read you the synopsis to give you an idea. A manic depressive mess of a father tries to win back his wife by attempting to take full responsibility of their 2 young spirited daughters. Yeah?
No.
Yeah?
Yeah,
That's exactly right. So
that sounds lovely.
So Mark Ruffalo is a guy. The film kind of opens and essentially he's sort of having a mental breakdown, and his wife has to institutionalize him and take the kids, and she has to go and live with the kids, because he's not aggressive or violent towards him or anything, but so he's bipolar and he basically just has a lot of these ideas and he has to go off and do stuff, and they just can't live with it anymore.
Right, sure.
And it's not safe for them to be around him. Not because he's specifically bad towards them, but
it's just very hard to live with.
Yeah, exactly. And it's stressing them out too much. So then it kind of then jumps to he's sort of been in therapy and I think been in a mental health hospital for a while.
Yeah.
And he's better. He's feeling a lot better. He's got better control of his emotions and he's on medication and stuff. And his wife gets like a once in a lifetime opportunity to do a scholarship to go and study something she wants to study.
Now it sounds like she's making impulsive decisions.
But she can't do it because of the 2 kids. And so he basically moves in nearby and takes on the kids so she can go and study.
Right.
And his aim is to win her back by proving that he's healthy again and that he can handle this.
And he won't turn into the Hulk again.
Yeah. Because that happens twice. But,
all right.
It's set in the 70s as well, which just gives it a nice.
Now I'm listening.
Yeah,
that's my era.
I specifically wrote set in the 70s. Nath will like that.
Yeah,
we're
gonna cut this one short. We're gonna go watch something about a polar bear.
Infinitely Polar Bear.
Polar Bear.
But essentially, so what it's mainly about is this guy who has poor mental health, living with his 2 young children who are maybe like 8 and 10.
Okay.
Trying to hold it together to keep them going and. If I was to liken it to a more mainstream movie, Little Miss Sunshine.
Okay,
It's kind of like this film it's very funny in parts. It's like utterly heartbreaking in others.
Right.
But it's generally like a feel good, heartwarming, like nice. You come out of it feeling nice. I know that sounds like not a very positive word, but you get warm, fuzzy feelings from it.
Well, yeah,
But yeah, it's like.
And it is great to watch films that do that to you every now and then.
Yeah, make you laugh, make you cry, change your life.
Yeah.
The performances, like Mark Ruffalo is great in it. When I watched it, I'd only seen him as the Hulk in Avengers. I thought he was fine as that, but that's not a particularly challenging role, I wouldn't say. This is great. It also, for me, so I have like friends with poor mental health and I have a friend who works in it.
Yeah.
And we actually watched it together and he said it was a fairly decent representation of that mental illness.
Yeah.
Like it's not a Hollywood representation of this. It's not dumbed down in any way. It is quite an accurate representation. Which is a nice little touch to add to it, that it isn't glorifying it, demonizing it. It is just kind of, this is how it is.
Is it a fairly high budget film?
No, I wouldn't say so. Like,
is it got a lot of quite simple set pieces?
Yeah, and only really takes place in a couple of locations.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Like his apartment where the girls are living is like a big part.
It's a talker, everyone. It's a talker.
It's a character-driven drama.
Yeah.
It's like my kind of film, but a good one. Good performances. It's like shot in a way that just isn't invasive at all.
Yeah.
Like some people may say that the shots are boring, but I would say that because it's a character-driven thing and you want to focus on the characters and the performances,
you don't want people
fancy shots
drawn out of it. By
you want
shots.
You want standard shots.
Okay.
And just a great film.
What would you say your favorite scene is? Just to sell it further.
I'm not telling you.
Is it spoiler?
Yeah.
Okay.
Spoiler, I can't say it. It's sort of,
All right.
But there's there's edge of your seat moments. There's moments where you'll be laughing out loud. There's moments where you want to cry. For me, that's what film is. You can watch something in 90 minutes, go through that kind of journey.
Sure.
Yeah, it's called Infinitely Polar Bear.
The
reason is because he's bipolar, but his kids.
I get it.
Yeah.
His kids are polar bears.
His kids call him a polar bear.
Right.
Yeah. Well done, Nathan. Well done. But yeah, his kids call him a polar bear.
He's the polar bear at SeaWorld who watches all the murders.
Happy Feet, but with polar bears.
He watches all the murders from the killer whale. Sorry, I'm like derailing your feel-good film of the century.
I really like this film.
Yeah, you're really pouring your heart out here, and I'm just
bitch.
I'm just lit a cigarette back here. Just fucking keep yapping on, love. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you keep going.
What's the timer at? But
we're about 18 minutes in.
Okay, cool. I don't want to say too much more because I don't want to spoil it. I think I've told you enough that if you're gonna like that kind of film, you'll go and watch it.
Well, I think an important thing to mention on this podcast is I don't ever listen to anything you say.
No.
So
that is. Oh yeah.
Like, I'm just being real. I'm just being me.
Again, it's no wonder you don't have any friends.
I'm just being me, man.
I was just being me.
Come on, let's not.
Yeah, all right, cool. But yeah, that's my have you seen
Infinitely Polar Bear. It sounds nice. It sounds nice because as much as I used to watch like a lot of those sort of indie kind of like slow burner films. Yeah. Like because I study film and stuff. But There was this part of me one day where I was just like, do you know what? I'm just gonna watch like
action movies,
like
movies,
but I don't. I'm not the kind of guy that would turn around and be like, the Transporter 7 is my favorite film.
I know, but maybe that's kind of a nice thing about us is that we both watch a lot of films, but we watch very different films.
Yeah,
the same with gaming. I guess we both play very different. I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 1, and I can't imagine you
playing
that.
Indie games. Like I'm the you of games.
We're like, that's kind of funny that we're the opposites. For our chosen subject areas.
We ready to go in 30?
We will be.
Yeah, set me up.
So, do you want to drop the topic,
I'll
and then we'll do a shot, and then.
So I turned to you earlier in the week, and I was like, "Hey, how would you feel about talking about some?" I've been having real trouble trying to phrase this right, like film.
I've got it written down in 5
film
words.
video games.
Well, I just wrote video games based off movies.
That's why you're the master, man. Let's do a shot. Which one's mine?
Yeah. There we go.
Now we're working. Now
Game on.
I can tell there's a work. We're
Game
working.
on. So
video games based off films.
Yeah.
Yep. And so what I specified a bit more into that because there's a lot of video game films that come out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of video games set in film franchises, but I think all my examples I've got here mainly came from the PS2 era. So maybe we're going back in time a little bit talking about these games.
Yeah, and you know what? When I was researching this briefly, I did come across an article that said what happened to the movie video game.
Because a lot of them back in the day, you'd get a big budget blockbuster Hollywood film come out.
Yeah.
And around the same time, there's a game studio
would release a game of the movie.
A game of the movie, yeah. And I just wanted to talk about a little bit because I've had this drunken rant with you. I want to share this with the people. Like just about, what went wrong and what went right with that kind of thing.
Yeah, and what makes a good video game based off a movie and what necessarily doesn't.
If you're going to merge those two mediums, what to do right and what we think, And
I think we're both going to agree by the end of this.
I think
we're going to round it up.
Agree. So let's just skip over this topic. I'm going to start with one.
So our friends ask us.
Our friend asked us.
No, right.
We should call that your friends ask us, man.
Yeah, because none of your friends have asked it.
I mean, they said they're going to get them back to me.
Well, we've been over how you don't have any friends several times now.
Peter Jackson's King Kong.
Oh, so you're going to start on a bad one?
I'm going to start on a bad one, right? Yeah. And a lot of these type of games come out, and this was like sort of the.
This is a very good example of, I think, what we both want to talk about when it comes to this. This was
back in the day when I had a PS2. This was the standard of your
movie video
games.
Yeah.
So Peter Jackson's King Kong came out, hit cinemas.
It was fairly successful.
Yeah, for a film.
It was one of the sort of good CGI. I've like
for the time.
I mean,
if you go back and watch that shit now,
but
so bad.
At the time, one of the kind of selling points was like
the big monkey.
Look how good King Kong looks in CGI. Then they went ahead
and they released the video game, which by the numbers, step by step, you played the story of the video game, right? Mm-hmm. And my argument to that, my sort of gripe with that was always like, why the fuck, right? Would I go out and buy that video game
when you know exactly what's going to happen?
When I've seen the film, if you're releasing them side by side, I'm probably going to go see the film.
This is so we've hit it a lot earlier than I thought we would, but this is a general gripe of bad examples of movie video games.
Yeah,
is that so a big aspect of playing video games for everyone who plays video games is the story, right?
Yeah. Well, some people, if you're going online.
Like, what's fun about a video game for me is like I play as a character. For me, it's like I'm playing a movie.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
but you get to make that movie.
Yeah. I make the decisions and I choose how we fight and I choose. Yeah. Like, if what you were saying about King Kong, if I already know where we're gonna end up, like there's nothing better playing a video game and getting betrayed by one of your friends in the video game, and you have no idea that's coming. Yeah. Whereas if you're playing a movie and that happens in the movie, you know about that betrayal. Yeah, you know that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And For me, it ruins a lot of the sort of suspension of disbelief. I can't get as into it. I can't be that character because I'm just playing the film character.
Because like some people might argue that like, well, if you don't see the film, you'll get the story through the game.
But why would you ever do that?
The games were never pushed as hard as the games were always byproducts of these films. Yeah, but there was never that much imagination put into them because. Yeah, like literally story-wise, like gameplay-wise, you know, you got to control the characters of these scenes.
Yeah.
You know, especially in King Kong, Peter Jackson's King Kong.
Yeah. It was literally called Peter Jackson's King Kong.
It was called Peter Jackson's King Kong, yeah. You got to, you controlled the characters within their scenes, but you already knew the scenes. Like you said, you already knew the outcomes. Yeah. I wanted to start with that one, talking about that one, because I feel like that was the standard for those type of video games. They were very unimaginative.
So I don't know if... So are you thinking what I'm thinking? Because I've basically written down good examples I want to talk about.
I've written down some good examples that break away from that mold. So that's why I set that. Yeah.
So we can agree. There's a lot of games that fit that mold. There was a Lord of the Rings series. Yeah. It was quite a fun hack and slash. Yeah. But followed the story of Lord of the Rings, so you knew how it was going to go.
Well, I was going to say, you go hold your horses there.
I'm not talking about Shadow of War.
No. See, Shadow of War, I don't think that counts. That's a franchise film, right? That is not directly connected.
To the movie.
Connected, yeah.
Okay, it's directly not connected to the movie. Okay, yeah.
But like, I think it's like Return of the King, where like on PS2 you unlocked all the characters by playing it through. Yeah. And then you could play as the characters in the wrong.
Yeah, that's kind of fun. Yeah, that does make it a bit more interesting. Yeah.
That was all right. But yeah, like a lot of things like that came out. What do you got?
So we get the two big ones that we both played out of the way.
These aren't these going to be what broke the mold though, and why they're fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, let's go for it.
Well, no, actually, so there's one that we're both going to leave until the very end because we're going to do a whole episode on it.
Oh, I wasn't going to talk about that one.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got a few there.
The two big ones I've got that we both played were The Godfather and Scarface.
Scarface, The World Is Yours?
Yeah.
Oh my God. What games?
So I'm going to talk about The Godfather. All right. You talk about Scarface. Because I think respectively they're the ones we preferred or played more of.
I don't know, man. That Godfather game.
I played The Godfather twice because I played it on PS2 and then I played it on 360 as well, I believe.
I think I played it thrice.
So you're going to end up repeating quite a lot of what I say. But the reason I like The Godfather game so much is because you play a character in the universe of the Godfather movie.
That's right.
In the same time frame.
Yep.
That your story essentially runs parallel to the movie.
You play a background character in the scenes of the film.
And there are cutscenes within the game that are like shot for shot remakes of the movie.
That's right.
But your character is in the background.
That's right. And it's character customizational, so you know that's the character.
Yeah, you could be wearing any color shirt and it would replace. Yeah, so the big one I have is, so anyone who knows of The Godfather knows the horse head scene.
That's right, yeah.
And so like in the movie...
This is my example, yeah.
In the movie, that just happens. Like the guy wakes up with the horse head.
Spoilers!
In the game, you play
the mission.
The guy who hides the head in the bed.
You have to like... It's a bit gruesome. You have to go into the stables,
kill the horse,
and carry the head to his bedroom.
It's like a stealth mission where you sneak around the guy's mansion and you avoid his guards, and then you get into his bedroom. And
the other great mission,
is it when Sonny?
It's Sonny, yeah.
I knew you were going to say that, man.
Because
so in the movie, Sonny gets ambushed.
He gets ambushed at the toll booth, gunned down, and then about 30 seconds later, his bodyguards roll up and they find him. Oh no, he's dead.
In the game, you're one of the bodyguards.
You're the bodyguard, and then
you're chasing after him.
That leads on to a mission where you go and kill the guys that killed Sonny. Which in the film, none of that is ever shown or explained or blah blah blah. But like. That game is so fantastic because it takes a well-loved movie, you know, one of the most iconic movies of all time, and it just expands that story. It's like it gives you a different perspective of that story.
Yeah, and it's super fun to be playing a new story, but also it's crossing over with a film that you love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're like... it gives you the best of both worlds because you're like, oh, this is this bit from the film. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then when the game's like, and now you go over here.
Because
you're like,
you need to do this
because
in
you
the
need to do
expanded
this.
world that we've
And,
created.
yeah. And you're like, oh, what am I going to do over here? You do it. And then you connect the dots. Oh my God, I'm setting up for this scene. You know? Like.
Yeah. And like, those two moments, the horse's head and you're the bodyguards chasing Sonny. Like,
I'd say the other one as well is, which this one's a bit far-fetched in the game, but obviously The Godfather ends with the murder of all the other bosses.
And
in the game you commit all of those murders. Like you have to drive around, it's timed, and you have to get from place to place. I mean, do you want to set us up?
But again, also it's nice and then what's kind of nice about The Godfather is that so you do all that, but then it kind of surpasses the movies.
Yes.
In that once you get far enough through it, the movies essentially become irrelevant. And you then become the boss. Yeah, and you take over all the families and you become the ultimate mob boss.
That's right, because it was open world, so you could go around and you could clear out all the hideouts and all the gang fights and stuff.
When you've played through...
Hold on, shot time.
Oh.
Hold that thought.
Oh yeah,
now we're cooking.
Yeah, we're cooking. That's exactly what I was about to say.
That's podcast juice right there.
When you've played through a lot of the movie, it kind of makes sense, and it's nice for the video game to take turn away from the film.
Yeah.
Like, almost like it's paid its homage, it's done what it needs to do.
It's set you up, it's given you a world, and it's given you a theme.
Yeah, and you've played out the movies, and then it sort of goes like, and here's what could happen in the video game universe. And then you go on and you become the king of New York, the Don of New York
That's
City.
Right, yeah. Awesome game.
Yeah, great game. And also, it's just... The gameplay was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was
open world New York in like the 20s and 30s.
It was a third person.
Yeah, and the executions is one of the things I remember.
That was great, when you got people's health down enough. And
like, just a great take on a kind of GTA sandbox game. Like,
because it was a GTA clone as well,
but
which is fantastic.
In the world of The Godfather.
In the world of The Godfather.
And actually well done. Like, the vehicles were good. The missions were interesting. It was challenging without being ridiculously hard. It wasn't easy. Like, just great game.
Yeah. I'm going to move on. I'm going to move us on because the other one, Scarface, I'll talk about this sort of quicker. It ticks a lot of the same boxes.
Yeah.
But the first thing, when I heard about this game, and I was way too young to be playing this game, by the way. Let's just drop that right now. Scarface, The World Is Yours came out on PS2. It was done by Sierra Games. They did like the Caesar games on PC. I don't know if you remember this.
I remember this.
I think they're like bust now, like fucking 10 years ago probably. But it was like, it took the premise of like the end of Scarface. So spoilers if you haven't seen Scarface. T. Montana fighting off the guys coming to kill him in the mansion. And that's where you pick it up.
Yeah, the first mission
is the end of the film.
Yeah.
And it goes, but what if he didn't die?
Yeah.
You know?
What if Tony Montana survived Scarface?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And you have to play Scarface. So you have to repeat the entire point of the fucking film.
Yeah.
Like, but you go from like nothing again.
Yeah.
To you got to build up your cocaine empire.
Then you essentially like wash up on a beach kind of thing.
I think you drive out to a swamp and then 3 months later you come back.
Oh, is that what it is?
Or the bayou because it's
everyone
Florida.
thinks you're dead. You've got nothing.
That's
right. You're essentially Tony Montana at the beginning of the film again, and you just have to And you like take
you're clean
over.
now though. You're clean. You might have done like a mountain of cocaine, but you're clean now.
You're clean
right?
now. Yeah.
And like I that was another GTA clone. It was third person. You could buy cars.
Massive fucking Vice City. Vice City vibes.
Huge Vice City vibes. And Vice City is one of my favorite games. Maybe we'll talk about GTA on another time. But
I think we probably will.
But anyway, like, and there was this mechanic. I don't know, maybe if you play video games and you like quick time events, I don't mind them. Some people really hate them.
Yeah, but I don't mind them when they're done when they're not constant, when they're, I mean, our favorite game has the whole TapX thing that I think is like, I don't think
which I could never do because I had weak bitch thumbs.
Yeah, like, Nath is not a good button masher.
No.
Never play co-op on a button mashing game because he will lose it for you.
Well, all right.
Every time.
All right, let's.
Sorry. You were saying there's quick time events in Scarface.
Yeah, and basically, so the whole point of the game is you do these like story missions to advance, but also when you're not doing the story missions, you're basically going around, you're stealing cocaine, you're selling it back to other dealers, right?
Right, yeah.
The whole thing is based off of a quick time event where you have to hold down and release at a bar. So you hold down the X button, you have to release it when it's in like a certain part of a bar to do a good deal and stuff. And they get harder the more you go on.
Okay,
but like it was all about like getting this money. You had like a dirty money and you had a clean money. And you basically had to clean your dirty money to be able to buy anything, but you could buy cars and businesses to launder.
You could have like loads of money, but it'd all be dirty, and you'd have to clean it to actually do anything.
But it could get robbed from you and shit like that.
Right, okay, yeah.
And then eventually you end up like fucking like filling your speedboat full of cocaine and like sailing it out. Is it sail? Do you sail a speedboat? No, you don't. You drive?
I think you drive it.
You fly your speedboat out to the Canary Islands, like, and it was just a really, really good game. I probably ranted about Scarface a bit too much here, but it's a really good game, and it was all based off the back of a film.
And what a similar thing we were saying about the Godfather in the like the engine that it was built on was good, and the gameplay was fun. Like, all that would be fine, but if the game didn't play well, you'd hate it. Like, it would be a waste of time, right? Waste of effort. But the fact that I would say a slightly simplified. I mean, a lot of GTA clones are slightly simplified. The worlds aren't as immersive and stuff, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're a bad game. I would say both The Godfather and Scarface are examples of that.
They were great games.
Of slightly simplified. I'm going to give you a heads up. I'm going to have to wee.
Oh, here we go, everyone. This episode.
I'll do the topic out before I wee. But so I've got.
Have you got some? I've got basically honourable mentions from this point on.
I've got one more.
You go.
We don't need to talk about for a lot because I think it.
Just give me a brief thing about it.
Enter the Matrix.
I vaguely remember. I don't think I think I had a friend who owned it.
Okay. So Enter the Matrix. No. So I love it because it's that like, so there was a Matrix game that came out called Path of Neo, where you played Neo, but it fell into
I think my friend had that one actually. I think he had that one. It falls
into those cliches where you play the story and you're playing the main character and like you kind of like, it's a bit boring because you know what's going to happen. Yeah. So Enter the Matrix, again, is a storyline that runs parallel and they are characters. Niobe, I think is her name.
Right.
And Ghost is the guy.
Yeah.
But so Niobe is... it's maybe not in the first Matrix, maybe the second one, but she's essentially a captain of another ship.
And is this the scene where they go to the club in the second one and like they're at the door and they have to, you know, I
honestly can't tell you, but no, there's a meeting. No, there's a meeting of all the captains.
Right.
Of different ships.
Yeah.
And Nairobi is the one captain who backs Morpheus up. Right. And her ship covers Morpheus' ship whilst they go to do a mission or something.
It's been a long time since I've seen
it's a long time since I've seen it. But essentially, so Nairobi is the captain of the ship and Ghost is like her right-hand man. But they are in the movies, but not as big parts. But you essentially, you play this storyline as them.
So good. That sounds so good.
Yeah, I can't believe you didn't play this, man.
No, I can't believe I didn't either.
So you play the story and it runs parallel and you never... kind of like in The Godfather and stuff, I'm pretty sure there's a mission where like Neo and Morpheus are in a car getting chased.
Yeah.
And you have to try and catch up to them. And I think in the end, like you don't catch up to them, but you have to like avoid agents and you have to fight cops off and stuff. But what's really cool about it is it has the sort of slow motion bullet time kind of thing. You can like switch that on whilst you're fighting guys and do really cool backflips and like somersault kicks and stuff like that. And I think, so again, it's like, it's getting to play the Matrix and do this like, all these cool backflips, jumping miles, slow motion dodging bullets. But, and like you can do a cartwheel with a machine gun and gun people down.
Oh, that's awesome.
But you're not, but it's a unique story.
You play it from a different perspective of that world.
But you cross over with the world of the films.
Because that's a big thing. Because you get a lot of, and that sounds awesome, by the way. What was that one?
Enter the Matrix.
Enter the Matrix.
It's a PS2 game, I think. It probably doesn't hold up now, but I remember at the time being like, oh my God, I'm playing the Matrix. Yeah. I'm doing bullet time.
Well, no, I think a big part of these games was like, me personally, am making an impact on this film world. Yeah. You know, like, especially with the Godfather one, being like, I am adding to events that happen to, to events in the film.
Yeah.
I didn't say that right, I'm drunk.
We'll play Enter the Matrix sometime.
Yeah, maybe.
If we ever get these gameplays off the ground, let's add that to the list.
Well, let's just not talk about that kind of shit online.
Online? Because we're online.
Shut up. I got some honorable mentions for video games. It's happened again. I'm a bit drunker than I realised.
I got to pee.
I'm going to just... All right, you go pee. I'm going to do these honourable mentions.
Do you want to cut whilst I pee, or...
Yeah?
I'm sorry.
Oh, he's just such a letdown. He is such a letdown. I can hear him. I can hear his excuses through the wall. It's ridiculous. Because the problem is, in the studio, we've only got like one unisex toilet, and constantly we're getting these complaints, right, that he's going in, and there's already someone in there. I don't know what to do. It's crazy. If you know what to write into the email. Have you been... Whoa, Jesus Christ.
I'm not even drunk though. You've been talking this whole time.
No.
I think we should cut it, but I'll listen back to it and so.
Okay, all right, go.
You got some...
I got some honourable mentions.
Wait. So you got some honourable mentions?
Yeah, I got some honourable mentions.
I said that weird, didn't I?
Yeah, you kind of did, and that's why I mimicked it. Yeah. Okay, all right, I'm just going to go real quick. Rocky Legends. This is a game we played with our friends. Yeah.
So much fun.
Now, technically, it's like a franchise game.
Yeah.
But you basically can choose any character, and it's kind of strange.
It's Fight Night in the Rocky universe.
Yes. And also, what it does really well is through the Rocky films, like the series, there's a lot of background names dropped. Of like, oh, this person's a bum, and that person's he's like a middleweight and stuff. All of these characters are playable, and basically you can do the Rocky journey as any of these characters in any of the places he fights.
Yeah, and for me, really made me want to unlock more of the character.
Because they were unlockable.
When you first get it, there aren't many characters. Like, you want to unlock Ivan Drago, and you want to unlock Clubber Lang, and also like playing the boxing match where you're Rocky fighting Clubber Lang or whatever. Like, it's so much fun, right?
Yeah, it's fun,
so good.
I've also got here. I've wrote this down. Lego games are always fun.
Yeah, I looked at Lego games. I thought that's like a whole thing.
It's a thing in itself.
I think they are a very fun children's game.
Yeah, they're like the film games we were talking about earlier. They do just stick to the narrative of these films.
In a Lego way.
They always like sort of fun it up with their Lego antics.
And the levels, because of all the collectibles and stuff, and because they're not necessarily hugely story orientated.
They're about... Just buy the fucking Lego.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun, but I like the Lego games. And I
got one more. Quest for Camelot. You know what this fucking shit is?
No, I don't.
Game Boy Color.
Game Boy Color. Quest
for Camelot is an animated film that came out in '98, I think it was. I played that game like a motherfucker before I had like a TV console.
Yeah. Okay.
And I had a Game Boy Color. Quest for Camelot. You do play the story of the film,
right?
But it's basically in like sprite versions.
I didn't even know there was a film called Quest for Camelot.
Quest for Camelot. Check that shit out.
Okay.
All right.
I've got one more. GoldenEye.
Yes.
Yeah. So
yes.
The reason I've left it till the end, it breaks the mold.
Yeah. It
because the single player story mode of GoldenEye on the N64, you do play the movie.
You do.
But that is hands down one of possibly the best games of all time.
Quite possibly,
It reinvented the first person shooter, or maybe invented the first person shooter.
Who knows?
the multiplayer on that is insane amounts of fun. Oh my god! Like, I remember 4-player split screen.
Yeah,
going around your mates and 4 of you split screen on a tiny TV.
Still doing that years later. We were organising nights dedicated to being like, so who has a N64?
Yeah, because we want to play it. Yeah. And they've remastered it. Yeah, they've remastered it. Like, fuck, as if I forgot the word for remastered.
Well, it's because you're a bitch.
Yeah, I am a bitch. No, you're a bitch.
Just say your words.
Yeah, GoldenEye. But again, no, not again, but differently, because GoldenEye is much older than the games we're talking about. It's
a bit older. It's not that much older. It's a bit.
Well,
older.
I mean, it's N64, which is before the PS1.
You've got to remember, a lot of these consoles, they came out quite rapidly back in the day.
Yeah, so most of the games we talked about are PS2 era.
PS2 era. But that's when they were mainly pushing this, like, there's a film coming out, why not bring a game out?
Which is kind of what the article I read was.
What article?
I mentioned it earlier of like what happened to the movie video.
Oh shit, yeah, you did. Sorry. Yeah.
Was kind of saying, like, on the PS2 there's a lot of that.
Okay.
But there's less of it now.
Fair enough.
I don't have any more examples to really talk about. I mean, I've got one, but it's more of a franchise, Alien Isolation.
Right.
It's a fantastic game.
But that's I'd say that's a franchise.
Okay.
Ooh, actually, would you? No, you go. Sorry. I wouldn't say it's a franchise game.
Alien Isolation. It's just, so you're on a ship and you have to run away from the alien and you can't kill it, you can't fight it anyway, you just have to hide. It's a very good representation of the movie Alien.
Yeah.
It's very scary. It's very like.
Go about 25.
But I
it's
think
a scary fucking
that's
game.
Backing off the film. But like
daughter, like looking for her. Yeah. But I don't think you play any events of the film, so don't count.
So
it don't count. Okay. Shut up, it don't count.
Sorry. Okay.
All right. So to conclude, you're a bitch.
The Warriors is the greatest movie video game,
which we didn't talk about, but
because one day we are going to do a whole episode
just
on the Warriors
more, man.
And everything.
Just keep teasing it. Yeah. Everyone knows it's our favorite video game.
Exactly.
And film franchise.
So we didn't want to waste time talking about it.
And you have a thing on your jacket that now says about.
It's an electric eliminator.
See, that tells people we're serious. Anyway, moving on.
Is it shot time?
It's like 4 minutes away, and we're like running late, man.
Are we running late?
Yeah,
okay, let's move on. So, to conclude, I guess like we both agree that crossover,
crossover parallel,
but you don't play the actual story.
The same thing as you. I just said it differently.
Because that makes.
I'm not original. Please help.
I'm the funny one. Wait,
we're gonna move on now.
Yeah. What's the next segment?
It's Our Friends Ask Us.
Are we there already?
Yes. Are we over? We've been there for like 7 minutes, man. We just fucked this up like hugely.
Well, you're in charge of all the clocks today.
I am the clock master.
You are the clock master.
I'm the time fiend.
The clock master or the cock master? Hey.
And we're going to move on now.
You see why I did that? No, but Nate, do you see why it's funny?
If you were here drinking with us right now.
Wait, no, Nate, you've done it wrong already.
Oh, I know what I have to do.
Who's it from?
So this week, we've got an ask.
Wait, let's start again. Our Friends Ask Us.
So this week, we've got an Our Friends Ask Us by not a friend. He's not a friend.
He's not a friend.
But if I ever met him, he might be.
I think he would be a friend if we hung out with him more.
Probably my first friend. It's a barman you met at a bar.
It is.
Because you drink alone. And you have no one to talk to at bars.
I was away for work. Sat in a bar doing some work.
This work, right?
No,
researching about this podcast.
So it's a barman who can make a fantastic old fashioned. I ended up chatting to him, told him about this. He said he wanted to do the questionnaire. So Dave the bartender.
This one's for you. I'm going to read the questions this time.
Yeah, we're going to mix it up.
Just to show that I'm literate.
Yeah, I'm actually concerned about this.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Yep. If you were here drinking with us right now, what would your drink of choice be?
You look so happy with yourself that you managed to read one question.
I didn't. I fucked it up.
Yeah, I know you did.
If you're here drinking with us right now, what would your alcoholic of choice be, and what is the drink that's most hated? And he said, I'd be drinking Belvedere.
It's a whiskey.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, how'd you feel about it?
I never had it.
Okay.
How do you feel about it?
So.
Ever had any funny stories where you got super trashed
you
off
always
it?
ask me this. One day I will have a question.
Yeah, funny story. One day you'll prove you're the fucking half the man you want to be. And he says he fucking hates Sambuca.
That's like the third or fourth.
It comes straight bang out. I feel like we should just send this to the Sambuca company.
Yeah, I can't wait for the day that we have to drink Sambuca. Yeah. Belvedere's a pretty nice whiskey. Nath would like it if he could afford it.
I can't.
I do like it.
I'm a schmuck.
You've got good taste, Dave, and we both hate Sambuca. We've covered this many, many times.
It's just awful, man.
I love that.
I hate licorice, or aniseed, or whatever it is.
Like aniseed, I hate it too. Cool. That was a nice, easy one.
Yeah. How am I doing? How would you rate my performance so far?
I would rate you as a 4.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Out of 10.
Number 2, whether you know us well or not, what is something you think we know nothing about at all, and ask us to explain one aspect or process of this thing. We will then tell you the answer. So he's put, please explain how gravity isn't real and how space-time actually means everything is always falling.
I'm concerned.
Can I just shut you up right now? Space-time is something I've never been able to get my head around, right? I'm kind of convinced that if I could master space-time, even just the concept of it, I probably would be able to change the world. But I can't. Like, what is space? I don't know. I don't understand Interstellar. I don't understand Interstellar. Like,
how dumb are you?
No, I'm pretty dumb, man.
It's
a great film. I love McConaughey.
2 points for me. Firstly, I don't know what space-time is. I have no idea what he's referring to. Secondly, I'm concerned that we've got a flat earther to fill in the questionnaire.
Well,
I feel like that's where this is going.
He's not the only flat earther here. Well, we should have done a shot like a minute ago. Sorry. So, let's have a shot. Let's have a shot and work this out. Yeah.
They just go down now. So, gravity's not real.
Yeah. That's what he said. He says, please explain how gravity isn't real and how space-time actually means everything is always falling. I think, don't worry. I watched some of that Cosmos, right?
yeah, you've been...
I'm going to field this one.
This is yours, mate. This is all on you.
He's like, if you look at the past as if it's always below us and the future is as if it's always above us...
Wouldn't it be because he said that everything's always falling?
Well, the other way round then.
Yeah, the other way round.
Yeah. I think that's
really offended by that.
I saw the
anger in your face.
Don't you ever fucking correct me on space-time again.
Yeah,
all right?
I'm sorry, man.
Don't you ever.
FTL, faster than light.
He's not talking about that.
But you taught me that.
I taught you about
good friend.
I just think all friends need to know about faster than light travel.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's impossible, apparently. Cosmos, I learned that we can get up to like 0.9 recurring to the speed of light, but we can
never break it.
Yeah, because apparently as soon as we hit the speed of light, reality warps, or what our understanding of reality is warps or something like that.
Yeah, stop talking because you're already scaring the shit out.
Yeah.
I don't want to know any more about it.
You ready to have a panic attack?
I don't want to know any more about this. Like,
so no, I'm just gonna
space-time. What's space-time?
I don't know, man.
Okay, neither do I. So, you win this one, Dave.
No, I don't think he does. One aspect of it. Let's just explain one aspect of space-time.
One aspect of... Okay.
I'm pretty sure it moves faster than regular time.
Okay.
That's
there you go, Dave.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Dave.
Yeah.
What's
Dave, you might be a bartender and you might know a lot more about space-time.
Next question. We're small-town drunks.
No, shut up. Next question. What's your favourite movie? We'll review it, even if we haven't seen it. I've seen this film.
What is it?
The Lobster Man.
I've seen it.
Have you seen The Lobster?
I have. You also said The Lobster Man.
The Lobster Man?
I was like, what's The Lobster Man? I've seen The Lobster.
McConaughey plays The Lobster Man.
No, it's the fucking Colin Farrell, right?
Colin Farrell. I wanted to say Colin Firth for a second there.
No, it's Farrell. It's definitely Farrell.
Lobster. My God. What a film. It's weird as fuck.
Okay. You love it? You hate it?
I don't like it that much.
You like it? Okay.
I don't like it that much.
I loved it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's because you're weird.
Yeah, no, it's because we have different tastes in film. Because
No,
you're a simpleton who can't appreciate a good movie.
I understand space-time better than you, motherfucker. It's below us, apparently.
You said it's faster than real time. You don't understand it at.
Well, nor do you.
We've moved on. Let's move on.
All right.
The lobster.
The lobster.
So we talk about it.
I get it.
It's
Don't
funny
worry,
because his brother's the dog.
Yeah, I get it.
And then the dog dies.
Spoilers.
Marley and me. Spoiler. Dog dies.
Fuck. Fuck.
Yeah, I ain't messing around, man.
He ain't messing around.
Dog dies.
If you're listening to this podcast, you ain't messing around either. Yeah, no, that bitch, she kills his brother. That's the dog.
Yeah.
We've just spoiled like the whole, like in the middle of the film. We'll put some tags up for this.
It's a
very weird. The performances. So when I turned to my girlfriend, right, after we watched it.
The Canadian one?
Yep.
Who's still not real?
Yep. No.
What's her name?
Space Time. I said it's like, it has a lot of anti-acting in it. Right?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean by that?
Yeah.
So no one gives a performance, essentially.
Yeah, it's very flat.
Everyone is flat the whole way through.
Yeah.
As if they're just reading off the script, but they're not, obviously.
But that is the world they want to create or whatever. Like, and I personally,
very plain,
I think
very black and white.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. If you
should probably tell people what The Lobster's about. Sorry, but it's a world where if you haven't found a partner,
by a certain time,
they turn you into an animal of your choice.
Yeah, and it's Colin Farrell's the main character. He goes to like a resort.
Well, he goes to the resort that they send you,
which is
when
essentially
you
haven't met a partner, you get sent here.
Yeah.
And you have to meet.
No, he gets divorced though, and so he has to go to the resort.
That's it.
A re-education camp almost.
Yeah. And so it's him going through this camp and sort of trying to be set up. It's
like speed dating in a hotel, and basically all these people are like desperate to like meet people, but the people that own the hotel, they make sure that you're being genuine with each other. So like you can't just lie about, oh, I've met the love of my life.
Yeah.
They like force you to show, that this is the case. And it's about Colin Farrell and his search for this person. You go.
You just
Do you know what? I like this film.
Yeah.
I've just changed my own mind.
So for me, one of the things I took away from it is essentially he's sort of meant to be hooked up with this girl that he's not that into, and then he falls for someone else who, by society's standards, isn't the right person for him. Like, without being too spoilery,
sure,
I think
that's it. Yeah.
And then he's left with this decision of, does he go for the one who will stop him getting turned into an animal because that's what society thinks he should marry, or the one he actually loves? It is a very weird film. If you're someone who likes easy watching, easy watching simple films, I wouldn't recommend this for you. But if you fancy yourself a bit of a film connoisseur and you like to look into the subtext of a movie, I would recommend The Lobster massively. I think it's a really good film.
It's on Netflix. I would recommend it for a watch as well. I didn't necessarily enjoy it all that much, but
it's one of those films that maybe isn't a pleasurable watch, but you're glad you watched it at the end, kind of thing.
So you can talk to people about how fucking weird The Lobster was.
And I don't watch it loving every second of it, but after I watched it, I kind of feel good, and I feel like it was worth my time and stuff.
I didn't feel that, but let's move on.
Okay, let's move on.
Dave, man, he's got a fucking brain on him. Space Time, The Lobster, like Jesus.
He's a lot smarter than us.
Yeah, he is. I can't even work out how to scroll down. No, here we go.
There we go.
So who would win in a fight between blank and blank? Choose between Mike and Nath. Who argues for who?
Yeah.
So Mike, you're gonna have to argue for James Brown.
Oh yeah.
In a fight against Christopher Walken. Huh?
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
Huh?
James Brown,
Christopher Walken. Huh? I can't do a good Walken accent, otherwise I would. I think I'm walking here.
I'm walking. That's exactly where I go with it.
Even though that's a line from fucking Midnight Cowboy.
Improvised line.
Yes,
everybody knows that.
Yeah, moving on.
James Brown.
Well, Walken's got those crazy eyes. And have you seen the fucking music video for Fatboy Slim, Weapon of Choice? He can fly.
Yeah.
He can fly. Also, James Brown is dead.
I'm trying to, like...
He's dead.
James Brown was an amazing human being.
He's an amazing human being.
But, like a voice of an angel. But I just...
Did you know, I heard that he worked his band real hard. Like,
so he's kind of a cunt.
I didn't say that.
No, I'm making a point to drop a C word in every episode now.
Oh, okay.
I've decided.
Good,
that
yeah.
Was,
I've heard feedback that people really enjoy the hard C's, so...
well, I heard feedback that...
you're a cunt.
I am a cunt. You know what, Nathan? No.
Shut up.
James Brown...
we have to finish in 30 seconds, so come on.
Hang on, I'm nearly there. Just get a little bit of skin out. I'm nearly there.
Just ridiculous. Why do it? Why make
Is it 30 seconds till the fuck?
Yeah, man.
We need to start being fast.
We need to start having less of a great time.
I'm really good at sex because I always come first.
Righto.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you've got this one because I don't.
I heard James Brown used to like his backing singers and stuff, like his backing band.
He like backhand him into shape.
I know. He just would be like, you don't get fucking paid and you got to hit those notes. Hit those notes.
So
I
love James Brown, but I think Christopher Walken would win purely on the fact that Christopher Walken's played a few hard nuts. He could just pretend to be hard.
You weren't meant to argue for my character, but that's fine. I win. Next question.
You win. Yeah, you win. It's shot time, right?
It is, yeah. I didn't think we'd have to do this one, but we're late every time, and this is our punishment.
Nathan.
Yeah.
I think I might be pregnant because I'm late again.
On the podcast.
All right, what's the next question?
Show this podcast to your boyfriend if you're pregnant. Ask us 5 questions. They can be about anything.
Right,
we'll ask them.
Through these because we got to finish this up.
All right. What's the most embarrassing thing you've done on public transport?
Public transport. Ooh. Have you got one?
I think I've thrown up on the bus.
I've thrown up on a train.
All right, cool.
So that's it. We've both thrown up.
I feel like a dick every time I do that because like other people
have to clean it up.
Yeah, I'm not just that. They have to be around it, man.
Yeah.
No one should be around my drunkenness unless they are listening to us via some kind of electronic medium.
So you're like distant from it.
Yeah. So whose mum is better looking, Mike's or Nathan's? It's mine.
It's yours. Yeah. Like, no.
I was about to accept that.
Yeah, no.
I can't say that about my own mum.
Your mum's younger. Your mum's younger.
I don't know.
Your mum's younger, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think she is.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean I don't find her attractive.
I do.
Next question.
I've got your mum's number, by the way.
What was the first gig you ever went to?
For me, it was Bowling for Soup with my girlfriend when I was 15.
Oh, Blink 182.
Yeah, Blink 182. Yeah, if you listen to the other episodes. Yeah, so I saw Blink 182 in the city with my girlfriend when I was 15.
That's cool, man. That's real cool. I went to see fucking hell. I went to see Meatloaf as a 15-year-old boy.
Jesus, man.
Me, my friend, and our mums. My attractive mum.
Did you not sit down?
We sat down as well. Like,
I remember
bitches.
you going. Yeah.
That was the first gig I went to. Yeah,
Your mum's
Meatloaf.
hot, by the way.
I don't like that. Next question. What's the worst thing you've ever done on a date?
I haven't been on that many dates. Like,
I know.
Things that I would call dates. I haven't, like, been out for dinner with that many girls and stuff.
You never had a girlfriend, I know.
I met a girl for drinks once, and within 2 hours of meeting her, I was throwing up in the gutter.
That's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad,
That's
right?
pretty bad, yeah.
It was boring. So
it's a tame that I consider having a shit on a date kind of bad. Because I cleansed my asshole and everything just in case.
Just in case.
For this date.
That's adorable.
And then I had to do a poo.
And so then you were gutted because there might be poo there and there wasn't poo there before.
Yeah, basically.
That's adorable, man. That's so
Thanks,
adorable.
man.
It's also a bit weird that you thought she might go to your bumhole on a first date.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, I just want to leave all options open.
Yeah, bumhole on a first date. That's what most girls do. That speaks volumes for you, my friend. What's the next question?
Yeah. Who's normally first to bail on a night out?
Ooh.
I'm gonna say, I think out of the two of us, we're fairly solid. Like I'm gonna bitch out neutral Switzerland right now
because
we're the last men standing. We wouldn't do this podcast otherwise.
If it's a night out where we're both involved, we're generally the last two standing of the group. Or
I mean,
we leave together and go home.
There's been times where we've been out and you left me for a girl.
No.
In the city where I was visiting you, which that was strange.
Yeah. But there's equally been times where we've gone out and you've left me.
No. No.
For a boy. No. Yeah. But controversial. I wouldn't say going home with someone for sex is bitching out.
Yeah, it's a bail.
I don't think it
is. Because we're meant to be drinking. The whole reason people go out to drink is to drink,
I can
right?
equally turn this around on you, and there's been times you've had to go home because your girlfriend's coming around the next day.
That's because we've been doing this fucking podcast.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying...
It's not a night out. This is work.
This is
and
work.
we don't get paid for it. This is volunteering.
No, it's work.
Sure.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a bitch out and go neutral Switzerland here because...
We're more or less always the last man standing.
We're in a different city and it's the two of us and we're out to have a good time and party that night, neither of us will bail on the other one.
Like, a lot of people go out, obviously, to try and smash poon, but I just go out to feed my dependency.
We're both far too awkward to ever do that.
Oh, I think just the alcohol dependency alone. Right, last-ish question. It might be the last question. Name a character of fiction.
Yeah, this is the last question.
Yeah. Now tell us what scenario you'd like to see them in. We'll tell you how that would go.
Yep.
He said, Gandalf trying to argue a parking ticket for an eagle on a local council helpline.
I like that.
I like that.
I like that.
That's
a lot.
creative.
Yeah.
Well
done,
that.
Dave. Dave, you done well.
Dave, you've done fantastic.
Do you want to... Should we role play this?
Yeah, let's role play it.
You want to be Gandalf or you want to be the parking?
I'll be the parking dudes.
So I'll be Gandalf.
Yeah, you be.
Okay.
Yeah.
A ring, ring. A ring, ring.
Hello, Wandsworth District Council.
Hello there. Yes.
Is that the voice you're doing? Really?
I can't do a fucking Ian McKellen.
Yeah, that's the right one.
Yes.
Just keep going. Sorry, you go.
Hello there. So, I have this ticket for my eagle.
Sorry, please hold. It goes on probably like that. We'll have a drink.
What music's playing?
Music.
Zac Efron?
He's great, isn't he?
How good is Zac Efron?
And she comes back, she's like, how great is Zac Efron?
Oh, he's so great.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why I'm doing your voice all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with the fucking Churchill dog all of a sudden.
Are you mocking me?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. You sound like
So I have this ticket for my eagle.
An eagle?
The eagle was just flying over the place.
Well, it wouldn't get a ticket if it's just flying, would it?
But it was just flying. It maybe sat down for...
Is this...
for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, is this the eagle that was parked up Mulberry Street?
No. It maybe landed there for 2 minutes.
It was parked illegally up Mulberry Street. One of our officers came by. They ticketed it.
It's an eagle. How can you
There were cans of special brew left on the eagle, sir.
Those weren't mine.
Well, you're the only eagle to be parked up Mulberry Street.
Fly, you fools!
Well, no, I don't think we should.
Fly!
No,
you fools!
You can't get out of it that easy.
Fly!
Sir, you still have to pay the ticket. Sir.
I can't hear you. I'm getting off the white now.
It doesn't matter. We're not...
No. I'm a different person.
Look.
This eagle is no longer registered to get off the...
If you'd like to speak to a race relations team, we can get them on the line.
You're a racist.
They're still going to say that you have to pay the ticket.
I would like to speak to one.
Please hold. And it'd probably go like that, wouldn't it? Like, let's just cut that there.
It would just go on.
It will just go on.
And we way over time, so we cut it.
We're like 8 minutes over time.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is one of the longest turning out.
Thanks, Dave.
Cheers, Dave. I feel like we could be friends if I had friends.
Yeah, I hope you're having fun in Japan, man.
Fucking, I didn't even know that about Dave.
Yeah, so he went to Japan like a week after I met him. Let's wrap it up.
One, Dave.
You want to double team it? You want me to do it? You
All
gonna do
right,
it?
you do one, I'll do the next.
Okay, so we're the Small Town Drunks. Thanks for listening. We appreciate it.
We do.
If you want to get in contact, we've got a Twitter, which is @STDrunks.
That's right.
There's also a Facebook group.
It's just, you just search Small Town Drunks, you'll find us.
Yep.
Yep.
We're finally on YouTube. At the moment, there's just the podcast episodes are on YouTube, but we're in the process of figuring out the technicalities.
We're thinking about doing gameplays.
I think we're going to do some drunk gameplays.
Gameplays. So basically, after we record these sessions, we're going to
go and play a game
play
for a
some
couple
video
of hours.
games, record us talking about it. Record us walking into walls and shit.
We'd like to know if you guys think that's a good idea or not.
Yeah. And you can let us know with the email smalltowndrunks@gmail.com.
Yeah.
But I need to say something about the email. We appreciate fan fiction, right?
Yeah.
But there have been a lot of highly sexualized fan fictions come in, all right? Yeah. And I am disturbed by the fact that 90% of them start with people killing me and then having their way with Mike.
Well, I'm the hot one, so
if you want to get in contact with us and you want to write us some more fan fiction, send them to smalltowndrunks@gmail.com.
That is definitely. We'd love to hear your thoughts because
I would love some fucking fan fictions, and if you send us fan fictions, we'll read them out on the podcast.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
To be honest, if you send us anything, we'll probably read it out.
We'll probably. I'm so lonely.
I think that's about it, man.
That's everything.
What month is it? We hope you. Thanks for listening. We appreciate it. I'm very drunk. Very drunk, Nathan. Is it shot time? I feel like
it's 18. We can. Oh, you've poured them.
I've already poured them. So
all right.
Thanks for listening, guys. We're gonna do a shot. We're gonna shout one word, and then we're gonna end it.
All right. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Denim.
Dickhead.